Mark, Liverpool are an absolute mess. 3 losses in a row. What the hell is going on up there?
Nothing makes me happier to hear you say that, to be fair. Because you know what? I absolutely hate Liverpool fans. I hate Arsenal fans as well, but I hate them for different reasons. I think for Arsenal fans, the reason why I hate them is I really believe that they love their club so much, it makes them delusional. And that's why they come out with these delusional statements. This is what I think. With Liverpool fans, I just think they're so biased and their club is so perfect. You can't criticize their club. You know, all their players are the best players. We've got a mate, Amzi. I'm going to call him out. I don't care. Right? Because every player, I'll ask him, name us one player that's trash in your team or who's underperforming or not doing well. I can't really think of anyone, Mark. I tell him, bro, what do you think of Mohamed Salah? He's still the best player in like the world football and this and that. I'm like, bro, let's talk about Mo Salah first, right? Because you and I, before the season started, we said this year is going to be the downfall and the beginning of the end for Mohamed Salah. And you know what? It looks like it. That game against Chelsea, bro, and all the other games, he's been almost non-existent. He's taking the ball and skying it, not just once or twice, 3, 4, 5 times. You can have a look at Isak.
So bad.
Giza, you look at Isak when he's skying the ball. He's looking at Mo Salah and like, bro, pass the frigging ball. What are you doing? I'm in the right position. Right? And I get it. Mo Salah has that reputation. So I understand why he's doing it because he's been so clinical. But we need to talk about Mo Salah first and foremost, bro, because in my opinion, straight up, he just needs to be dropped. He just needs to be dropped for whatever reason. It's not happening for him. And if I say that to a Liverpool fan, yeah, no, he's the best player in the world. You got to pay him. I kind of understand because he's been so amazing. But come on, what do you think?
What?
Come on.
Yeah, let's talk about Salah. Well, I actually heard on TalkSport one Liverpool fan came on and said we need to drop him, and I think other fans outside of Liverpool will be. That's one Liverpool fan, but there's also other fans that are outside of Liverpool that are not Liverpool fans that would say you can't drop Mohamed Salah. He needs to play himself into form, and he'll get there because it's Mohamed Salah. Now, here's the thing with Salah: it can't just be put down to the fact that he's missing Trent. Trent was providing him a lot. He was getting a lot of service through Trent, and it led to him, chance after chance after chance, and he was very clinical. Exactly. But that's the thing. Dispatching is the word, Mark. Now, before he was dispatching him into the top corner, now he's dispatching him into Rose Ed. I don't know what has happened to Salah because he's still getting chances. It's not like he's getting no chances. He's still getting chances. He's just getting fed less.
He's in the positions. Yeah.
Oh, dude, he had. I tell you what, even against us, not even Chelsea, but even against Arsenal, there was a number of times the ball was played into Salah, and his first touch was, and this is every first touch that he had, it was Jimmy Savile-esque. It was so bad. I don't understand what is going on with Mohamed Salah because against us,
he's old.
They could have had overnight, bro. He's coming off his best season ever. Mark, he's coming. He's coming off his best season.
His last few games, Giza. Yes, that's true. It is statistically, but his last few games of last season, he wasn't performing, bro. I don't know if because like Liverpool had the league almost wrapped up by then, which they did. But even before that, a few games before that, he was a little bit non-existent, and he seems to have carried on that non-existent form. And I think it's the beginning of the end, bro. I think he's old. You compound that with the fact that Trent is gone. I get it. Yeah, Trent did serve him, but you just said it. Yeah, he's still creating chances. He's still getting the ball in his preferred positions where he likes to cut in and smash the ball in from the right. I get it. The players, especially in the Premier League where it's so intense, right? They burn out quicker. They get older quicker. That's what I believe. because it's so intense. It's so fast paced. And before the season started, both of us said this will be the beginning of the end for Mo Salah. And I think that age has played a part in it. What is he, 33, 34?
I think he's 30, just turned 33. To be fair, he's just turned 30, and his body is a temple. Right. But yeah, it looks like it, and we did predict this as well. Guys, we've got a lot to cover, Mark, but guys, let us know what you think. Do you think Salah is done, like what me and Mark are saying, or do you think it is just a blip? He'll come through it. Fans, we want to hear from you. Liverpool fans, we want to hear from you.
He's not going to come through it, though. He's not going to come through it. Yeah, hit us up. He's not going to come through it. He's not going to come through it.
I agree with you. I agree.
He'll score some goals. He'll score some goals, but it will never be like last season's or the previous seasons.
Nowhere near.
And it makes me so happy, bro. It just makes me so happy. I know I don't look it, but inside, bro, because you know what, Mo Salah is that player that carries teams. He's one of them. He's Eden Hazard sort of impact. Like, he can take the game. He doesn't even need to be in it, but he just scores goals.
Go missing. He can go missing, and then when he goes missing and he doesn't score, that's when you really, really realise it. Guys, hit us up. Let us know what you think. But Mark, Salah is one of a plethora of problems that Arne Slot has right now. Let me point another one out to you. Let's go right back and left back. They have got big problems on both flanks. Conor Bradley, again, has to get substituted at half-time. He's on a yellow card, right? It doesn't seem to be that Slot can settle on any one of them. I think since Burnley, he's played Szoboszlai, he's played Frimpong, he's played Conor Bradley, he's then gone back to Szoboszlai, then gone back to, Bradley. Now he's had to remove him at half-time. He has got a real issue, and I wouldn't think it was insurmountable if it was the only issue, but you go across that back line. We know that Allison's injured. We know he'll come back at some point, and, the keeper, he's one of the best keepers in the world, if not the best. But
no, he's not.
Okay, fair enough. Who is?
Thibaut Courtois smashes him. Not smashes him. I would have Thibaut Courtois. That's just it, bro. That's just me.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not dissing Allison. Like, he is fantastic and he is world class.
Yeah, he's quality. They haven't got a problem there, but they do have a problem at right back. Now let's look at left back. Kirkes, Mark.
But hold on. Before we get into that, if you was Arne Slot, what would you do? Because for me, Conor Bradley doesn't look like he's good enough at this moment in time. He has huge amounts of potential. When he's come on in previous seasons, he's massively impressed. But it doesn't look like it's working out for him. It doesn't look like it's working out for Frimpong. If you're asking me, which is a bit of a shame, because Szoboszlai can offer a lot in the middle of the park if you play him correctly in the middle of the park. But for right back, it looks like he's done the job so well. He's clearly a versatile utility player. For me, I would drop Conor Bradley, I'll drop Frimpong, and you're just going to have to play him at right back. Is that crazy what I just said?
It's not crazy because he's been doing it, but here's my issue with that,
and effectively doing it.
To an extent. He struggled against Galatasaray, Mark, midweek. He struggled. He was getting done at right back. And I'm not sure it's okay to do it over a couple of games, Mark. We've played 7 games. If you're asking him to do it for 30 or 25 games, then we'll see if he can do it effectively at right back. But the other problem.
So what would you do?
Well, here's the other problem that you got. If you play him at right back, and this is why reason I wouldn't, is that midfield suffers for me, in my opinion, because then you have to play.
I agree.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. This is where Arne Slot's going to earn his money. What I would do if I was Arne Slot right now is I'd stick to my guns. I went out and replaced Trent Alexander-Arnold with Jeremy Frimpong. So I'm going to play Frimpong. He's my right back, not right winger, like he randomly played him in midweek, and played Szoboszlai behind him, I think. You've got to play the guy you brought in to do the job. And if you really don't believe after 7 games or 5 games or whatever it's been, I mean, he was injured after 1 game, so he's barely played him at right back. So if you're really convinced that he's not the right one, then what were you doing buying him in the summer? What were you doing buying him in the summer? Honestly, if you're not convinced,
Makes
Frimpong
sense.
played one game, Mark, and then he got injured. So I'd play Frimpong, you'd play
So would I.
Slobberslai.
No,
Okay.
I changed my mind based on what you said because I don't want to leave the midfield of Liverpool without Slobberslai because he is important in the midfield if you play him correctly. I changed my mind. You're right. I'll just give Frimpong a run of games. That's why they bought him.
Exactly. Give him a run. Give him a run. Now, switching flanks. Kirkes looks half the player he was when he was at Bournemouth. Fact. Don't care what anyone says.
When he goes forward, bro, no, you're right. No, you're right. But when he goes forward, there is so much open space, right, behind him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Arne, the manager, what are you doing? Control him. And he's unnecessarily aggressive. Now, I love aggressive players. I love that. I love it. I love the passion. I love the tackles. But, bro, you don't want to do it excessively because it turns into a liability. Arne Slot needs to coach him a little bit better because, he's a wicked left back. And when they got him, I was like, great signing, right? That is a fantastic upgrade on the aging Andy Robertson. But for Liverpool so far, bro, he needs to be coached more because he's flying up, down, up so high. There's so much gaps behind him. He's so aggressive. Someone needs to tame him in the correct way.
Let me ask you a question on that, Mark. You said he's a wicked left back. Is it a case that he was just a wicked left back at Bournemouth and actually he's getting slightly more exposed at a top or if not the best club in the league right now? Is it a case of that, or is it a case of he is quality, but it'll just take him time to bed in? Because I tell you what, you don't, and no offense to Bournemouth, I think they're a fantastic side and they're pushing this season. They are pushing. Really, really, really good side. But you have a bit more leeway at Bournemouth. You can make more mistakes at Bournemouth. You can leave more space in behind you, Mark, at Bournemouth. You can't do that at Liverpool, especially when you're alongside an aging Virgil van Dijk. Aging.
Yeah,
and an aging Robertson to fill his shoes. I mean, Robbo, please, he's done. Shot. Man needed a stretcher before you... Yeah, he's been a great servant. I say, see you later, mate. See you later. He needed a stretcher to get him off. He wanted a breather before you scored your winner, mate. Against Chelsea, yeah? He wanted a breather, hands on his knees, looking up the pitch, looking around. Oh, dipstick! Esteval's right behind you. Too late. 2-1. See you later. They've got problems, Mark.
Is that what you think about Kirkes? Do you think that he's out of his depth at Liverpool? Do you really think that? Do you think that he can't? That you don't think that he needs to be coached properly because he's young, bro? You're coming into a brand new team where you're the champions, right? And the pressure is so high. You don't get that type of pressure at Bournemouth. Players can adapt, bro. They can adapt to the pressure. They can adapt to the team. He's coming to a new team. No, look. For me, Kirkes is a good left back, and he can be great. I think that you need to not edit his games. Man's thinking about editing the videos. You need to coach him because there is a player in there. That's what I believe. Yeah. Do you think he's good enough to play for Liverpool? Okay, yeah, so you believe he's good enough for Liverpool. You have to give him time. Right.
I believe. I'm asking you a question playing devil's advocate there. I think Kirkes is going to be fine. I think he's a quality player. I do agree with you. Slot needs to coach him, needs to have a word with him at the very least. But as it stands, he is a problem at the moment. Now, will he come good? Yeah, I think he will come good. The other problem that you've got, let's just go across the whole back line. The other problem that you've got is that donkey Konaté. Yeah. I didn't think I'd ever say those words. Last couple of seasons, you know me, I've been raving about Konaté. I think he's quality.
Me too.
Real Madrid love him. Everyone has, because he's been quality. So I never thought I'd be using that term to describe Konaté, but jeez, give me a better one.
Bro, let me tell you, yeah. You know, he was so close to, there were so many heavy rumors that, oh, you know what? his contract is ending and he's going to Real Madrid. The last week's reports is that Real Madrid have now called their interest in him. And why is that? Because he's fallen off a cliff, bro. He's gone from bordering world class to bordering shit, bro. He has let in his own mistakes, let in some goals. He looks all over the place, turning back left and right. He doesn't even know what to do. He looks like he's panicking when he plays football. Right? He has one or two great defenses, great one-on-ones, and he stopped the ball. But if you look at the overall picture since the beginning of the season, the guy is a liability. Hence why Real Madrid have now called and dropped their interest in him. And I think that, you know what? Maybe play him the next game and another game after that. But if he doesn't improve and clean his act up and get his ish together, Arne Slot's going to have to consider dropping him, bro, and putting Joe Gomez. Because
I would have already done it.
Well, I don't blame you.
I would have already done it, Mark, because Konaté is a liability every game, Mark. Every game.
I agree.
I think you and I are in agreement there. Guys, let us know if you are or you're not.
But he's still young. But Giza, look, he's still fairly young. Right? How can the drop-off be so dramatic from being such a good player to dropping off? What is the reason for that? Because he ain't old. He's not Mo Salah or Virgil.
Real Madrid. I don't see what else could be the reason for the drop-off, man. His head's been turned, and now
maybe
he's in trouble because they might not want him. As you said, they're calling their interest. I mean, well, why would you? You wouldn't want this version of Konaté, would you? You wouldn't even want him. He's playing like a pub player that's had a couple of pints. So, look, a couple more bits to cover, Mark, before we wrap this one up. So I'm going to move off of Konaté. You and I are in agreement in that. I would also want to point out just a quick one here. Isak, was he always a dirty cheat? Or is it now just because he's in red that he's suddenly evolved and turned into... What's he doing? Going down, he's pulling Reece James down, and then he tries to get a penalty and he's holding his face. Did he learn that in Liverpool? Or was he doing this when he was a Newcastle player? Liverpool, what have you done to him? Turn him to a dirty cheat.
I didn't really see too much of that. Yeah, it wasn't nice to see, to be fair. I didn't really see too much of that at Newcastle. I think the most important thing is for him, should he be freaking playing? Because he's clearly unfit. I mean, this is a job for Arne Slot. As we said, this is the year where we get to test and we get to see Arne Slot's actual management, because he has a lot of problems. And one of the big problems is that why is unfit Isak playing? Right, when you've got Ekitike, who looks like he's Premier League built. He's strong, he's fast, he's extremely clinical. He's hit the ground running at Liverpool. Why are you interchanging? Now, a lot of people, there's a lot of debate about, oh, you know what? Should they have signed both? Now, I believe they should have, because what happens if they just got Ekitike and he got injured? And he got injured with like a ligament damage and he was out for months. I do believe that world-class teams like Liverpool, they need to have world-class players in every position. But now it comes down to the frigging manager about how you're going to manage those players. If you're asking, now I'm not a manager or anything like that. We joke about, I will play this and I'll play that. Yeah, we have a right to say that. We're football fans, isn't it? But it's clear to see that you shouldn't be playing Isak over Ekitike. He's unfit. Now, the only reason I can think, only reason I can think that why they're picking him is because they've got pressure. We spent 130, 140 million on Isak. He's previously one of the best, if not the best striker, as a complete package striker in the Premier League. Right? But clearly he's not fit. He's not ready for Liverpool yet. Play Ekitike. Why are you doing that? This is down to the manager and the manager's management of the team. It's piss poor, bro. And he needs to be strong. There can't be pressure from the fans, from the board. Play Isak. You spend so much money in him. But is he ready? No. Don't let him start games or let him start a cup game. You're not being disrespectful to him. You're bringing him into the team. It's a brand new team, brand new concept, a lot more pressure, brand new tactics, new players to adapt with and to gel with. He's not ready, bro. And that's down to the manager. What do you think?
Yeah, I got to agree. I think Ekitike's obviously hit the ground running and Isak doesn't look fit. By the way, he didn't mean that assist. I don't care what anyone says. He's trying to bring it down for himself.
No, he didn't. He put no one
trying to bring it down
bro.
for himself. So, well, I've spoken to a couple of Liverpool fans who do think it. But anyway, that's by the by now. They've gone a little bit quiet.
That's why Liverpool
for some
fans
weird
are
reason.
donuts, bro. Yeah,
but
they're donuts, bro. It's so biased. So biased, bro.
Speaking of Slot making bad decisions, okay, one thing I will say, he made a big decision, right? Isak, okay, he's big money, but the other big money signing that he did drop was Wirtz. and boy, it was a good decision to drop him because when he brought him on, Wirtz has suddenly gone from being an incredible player in the Bundesliga, dominant force, everything runs through him, to playing football like a toddler. It's like he's had his memory wiped. Some of the stuff that I saw, and the people go, oh, well, he set up that nice little flick for Salah. Okay, fine. Yeah, one little touch nice. When it was in free flowing, yeah. When he had the ball, the ball was bouncing off his shins, Mark. He couldn't control it. I am actually genuinely shocked because I understand you've got to let a player adapt to a new league. But I also understand that whether you're in Germany or England, if a ball is played into you at a gentle pace, you should probably try and control it with your foot rather than with your shin and then fall over like a 3-year-old toddler. Genuinely, there has to be a line between what's acceptable and what's not. And what Wirtz is doing right now is unacceptable. Slot took him out of the firing line. I might just take him out of the whole squad for a couple of weeks, honestly, because he is looking shocking.
You know what they call him, right? You know what people are calling him now? 007, James Bond. 007, bro.
Well, he's 0010 now, isn't he? He's 0010, no goals, no
or
assists.
009, or 009. Bro, look. Yes, it's unacceptable to a point, considering they spent, he was the world record until Isak came along. Yeah. It was the world record signing in the world. There's a huge amount of pressure and a huge amount of expectation that Florian Wirtz. I kind of feel sorry for him because it's not on him that he's had this huge price tag placed on him. Now, I do believe he is an incredible player. I do believe he is a generational talent, but I also believe that it takes time to adapt to not just the Premier League, but to Liverpool as well. Right, you're playing with brand new players. You've come in with this immense amount of pressure on your shoulders. And, you and I can't really say that. We've never been in that situation. Yeah, where you got the whole world watching you, seeing what you can do.
What are you on about, mate? We used to play 7-a-side football with Dagenham goals in front of 4 people. Give it a rest, mate. What are you on about? We know pressure.
Okay.
We know pressure,
right.
Mark.
That's big boy pressure. That's big boy pressure. All right, sorry. Apologies. Right. But putting that aside, if we can, there are reasons to it. I do feel a little bit sorry for him. But it doesn't excuse the poor touches and it's not doing anything. It just looks like a wasted player, a waste of 11th man. That's what I think. Do you think that he's going to get his ish together? Do you think that he's going to come good? Do you think he is going to be valued and honor his price of 120, 130 million? Or do you think he's going to be an 80 million pound Mudryk who is, what have we done? What the fuck have Liverpool done? What's your thoughts?
This season, I don't know if he'll come good this season. What I will say is that they've bought for the future here, right? So whether he cuts it this season or not, I think overall he will start to repay some of that money back because he's just too good not to. That is my gut. But I do think he's going to have a horrible season, and it's very easy for me to say after 7 games, but that's not down to him. The reason why I say that is because Slot has so many problems. And here's the other thing. Slot's got so much stuff going on in his head as well, Mark. He brought on Endo. We've congratulated Slot for being aggressive. He could have brought on Chiesa, right? But he brought on Endo. And that gave me an insight into he's gone there and he's settling for a point. And that is dangerous. And it bit him in the arse again. It bit him in the arse at Palace, and it's bitten him in the arse yesterday against Chelsea. So I think he's got so many problems across the pitch. Going back to Wirtz, I think he will struggle because Liverpool have so many issues to deal with, and Slot is really going to earn his money this year. He's got a lot of things to address, and that midfield isn't right. It's not the one that he wants right now. And I think for those reasons, plus it being a new league for Wirtz, I think he's going to have a tough season, Geese. I think he's going to have a tough season. What do you reckon?
No, I think it's going to take him a while to adapt. I don't know if I think that he's going to actually repay all of that money in terms of performances and impact in the game. I'm not too sure. Some people are just not built for the Premier League. They can't handle it. And I'm not talking about, these diminutive players, bro. There's so many wicked, world-class, legendary, diminutive players. Eden Hazard, David Silva, Cesc Fabregas, the list goes on. I can't be bothered. So that's not an excuse. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that in the Premier League. Let's see. I agree.
You're talking about his mentals. You're talking about his mentals.
I'm talking about his mentals, bro. I exactly. Let's see what happens with that. Now, before we wrap up here, we're going to have to talk about the biggest point, which is Liverpool spending $500 million in one season, in one window. There's been a lot of talk, obviously, about Chelsea. Oh my God, we're the £1 billion bottle jobs. And, Jamie Carragher now said previously beginnings, how can you spend so much money? And whilst that's all true to an extent, Liverpool, after winning the Premier League, have completely revamped a lot of their team and have spent $500 million in a single window. And they are performing like this. They are performing, I don't even speak French, like shit. Because Liverpool right now are a shit team. They look all over the place. They look like there's no harmony in there. There's so many questions about Liverpool at this moment in time. And it's coming off the fact that they've spent so much money, bro. Right? It does not look good for them. They are now, and you take all the different contexts as well. Jurgen Klopp, we're not Newcastle. We don't have Saudi money. We can't spend all this money. Listen, bitch, you left at a good time because now you have fucking spent all this money and it looks like it is just imploding. What do you think?
It's an interesting one. On the surface of it, it looks like, okay, yeah, they spent $500 million, right? In reality, what have they really spent? Well, firstly, let's break it down. They've sold over 220 million worth of players. I think 220 million pounds worth of players. I think they spent over 200 million. I think they've generated in sales, which means they've spent 220, 230, 240, right? Now, this is also the first window they've spent any money in for basically 3 windows, right? If you include the latest one. So actually, then when you break it down, okay, cool. And maybe they spent close to 250 across 3 windows. What I will say, Mark, it's easy to say, yeah, they spent $500 million. And you are right. And it's fun to say it. And they have. But they've generated sales to counter that. And they've had 2 quiet transfer windows before that. So they've built up to this. I think the bigger problem, the bigger question is, Mark, how much more do they need to spend to turn this around? Because on surface of it, I know we're going to get Liverpool fans come up to us, Mark, and they're going to say to us, you guys are smoking crack. What's wrong with you? And, we're second in the league. We're 1 point off the top. We've lost 2 games. Relax. It's not about the 2 losses, as Jamie Carragher said. The worrying thing is there's so many problems for Slot to fix. They're not playing well. They haven't played well across the 7 games. They've got away with some last-minute winners. Their luck has run out. They're now letting in last-minute winners and injury time winners. And their defense is in pieces. They've got problems across every line. Mohamed Salah is a problem up top. Isak is not fit. He'll get fit. The midfield is a problem. They don't know which midfield to play. McAllister doesn't look exactly the same type of player. Maybe he's still not fully fit. The back line is a problem. Allison is injured. I've just gone through the whole 11, Mark. And Slot is now going to earn his money because his job last season was to manage Klopp's team to the title and just work with those players that were already settled. Now he's spent $500 million. How much more does he need to spend, Mark? Because I'm going to argue they need to spend at least another 80 to 100 million. That's my belief.
Okay, on who?
I believe they need to get, I would say they need to get a couple of centre-backs. I believe they need to get another. Yes, I do. The reason why I say a couple, you bring in Mark Gahey next to Van Dijk. Van Dijk's 34. Van Dijk's going to be 35 soon. Behind them, they've only still got Joe Gomez. That Leone's out for a whole season, right? So for me, you need to buy 2 centre-backs. I don't know if the guy's going to come back from his ACL injury the same
2 centre-backs are going to cost 80 million. But 2 centre-backs could cost 80 million to 100 million. So that's it. So that's the budget that they need.
Well,
okay.
They could
Where
do.
Else?
They could
Anywhere
do.
Else?
You might get a Mosquera for 10 mil, right? You don't know. Okay. The other thing, listen, honestly, I think they need to start looking at investing in Salah's replacement. Who replaces Salah right now? Tell me.
Yeah. In that team right now.
Who can replace Salah right now? No one. Okay. So then you need to buy. If you and me are right, and we're saying that Salah is done, if he's done, then you got to find the replacement, right? Yeah, maybe they need to spend 150. You tell me, what do they need to spend? This is the worrying thing. They spent $500 million, but they need to spend more. That is a problem. We said they had a great window. Looking back on it, have they?
Facts. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I agree, man. You're right. Van Dijk is old. He don't look like the solid self that he has been like previously for Liverpool.
Definitely.
He's getting old, bro. And actually, you and I did predict, along with Salah, that this will also be kind of the beginning of the end. And that's understandable, man. The guy's 34, turning 35. There's only so much you can do. I mean, he's good, but he's no what's his name for
Saliba.
Chelsea? That
Gabriel.
No, Chelsea. He's no Thiago Silva, is he? I mean, Thiago Silva still playing right now. Played in Premier League until he was 40. One of the best centre backs whilst he was playing. But he's getting old.
Thiago's one in a billion, isn't he? Thiago's 1 in a billion, I think. Van Dijk is never going to be playing till 40. Thiago Silva, I love. I think
I love him.
That's
as well.
longevity. That is longevity.
Not
many players can do that, and Van Dijk can't.
Yeah, no, but look, that's what I'm saying. Like, I agree that you're right. They need to spend to get a couple of, not only that geezer, I think that Cody Gakpo on left at this moment in time is solid for them. And I do like him. He is a good player. He's not a great player. He's a very good player. But I still think they need to think about replacing Salah, no matter what, even if Salah starts coming into form and starts scoring goals, because that guy is ticking on. You're going to have to start looking at that replacement. That's 3 players. And I still think, even though as solid as Gakpo has been, they have to get another left-sided player. I mean, if he goes injured, who have they got? Okay, you can put Ekitike up there.
Dude. Yeah, they haven't really replaced Diaz.
Or Jota.
Yeah.
I mean, losing Diaz, Jota, Trent, who are main staples of that team and have been winners for them for years. Well, a couple of years within those years. It's going to take a toll on that team. I think that's 4 players that I can think of. And if Frimpong and Kirkes don't get their ish together and start adapting to Liverpool and Arne Slot style of football, you might have to consider even getting rid of them and placing them. And that's another 250 million in total. right? Chelsea know this best. Changing the team and bringing in so many new players is really difficult and will take a lot of time to adapt. It's only 7-8 games or whatever into the Premier League season. We still need to have a look. But nothing makes me happier to see Liverpool in this shit dead position where they belong, bro. This is what I think. I just can't stand them, geezer.
Oh, mate, honestly, I'm with you on that one. One thing we do know for sure, we are going to see this season what Arne Slot is truly made of. Fact.
Absolutely. Because now he's brought in his own players, right? He's not a coach, he's a manager, which means he's had a big say in the players that he wants to bring in that can fit his style of football. Now it's about managing them. And so far, Arne Slot, you are failing because it is not working, bro. You're winning a few games here and there, but there are some big issues even during those wins. You need to sort it out. Let's see what your managerial capabilities are and if you actually deserve to manage a high caliber team like Liverpool FC. Guys, let us know in the comments down below. Do you agree with us? Do you not agree with us? Do you think we're just like slandering Liverpool, or do you think they actually deserve to, especially considering how much money they've sent? Let us know in the comments down below. We're going to reply and respond to every single one of you guys. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure your fine self does that. And in the meantime, if you want to see more of our content, easy. Click this video right here and we'll see you in there. Nice, guys.